Okay, I'd like to present our point latch today. The point latch is a push latch, which we have designed to be used in cabin, in drawers and doors. And when we started to discuss that and develop that, we started with what was on the market, and I will show you that. The standard version of a push latch used on the marine industry was normally a latch housing, where you had the latch housing assembled from the back side of the door or drawer with a flange and a knob. At this time, when you pushed the knob into its position, the pole would come out, and when you pushed the knob to go out, the pole will go into the housing. So that's the function of it. When you do assembly, you have to assemble the housing on the back side. You have a round cutout. You turn it around after you assemble the latch houses, and from the front you will then put the flange in to the hole cutout, and then you take the knob and you screw it on to the threaded axle or rod that comes out from the latch house. The important part for you when you do that would be that the knob centralizes with the cutout hole. So it comes in the center into the flange, otherwise it will stick. And this is normally what happened. That was our experience. So this is a latch which has a deadbolt function, and you have to push the knob to have it come out and go in. And that also means that to have the pole coming back into the housing, it's a spring that pushes it back into the housing. And what happened then is that if the pole was sticking a little bit, something was hitting it, the keeper was pushing against it maybe like that, the pole would not retract into the house, and you had to push on the door to get it to go into its position so you could open the door. That was the starting point. So we then designed the point latch. The point latch is delivered like this. It's delivered in a plastic bag. Within that bag we have these components. You have the latch, which, as you can see, is assembled together with the flange and the knob at one time. You have for the back side, you have this kind of threaded ring that you will push over here, and you will thread it down into its position. You have this small washer from the back side, which will grip into the door and keep it in position. And you have a small washer, which you can see here, that will be put underneath the flange and protect the flange from moving. Okay, so these parts comes. The striker will come separate. This design is done in a way that, take this away, or maybe I can do it over this part. It's designed in a very special way. The standard old deadbolt were never, so to say, when you have opened the door and the knob was out on that one, there was no pole that interact with the door, or the frame of the door, which means that the door was totally open and can move. We thought of that, and the design we have on this pole is that when you push the knob in, this pole cannot retract, move back. It's precisely fixed in its position. When we push it out, this can actually move back and retract into the housing. This means in a normal way, when you use and push up the knob to open the door, you can close the door and it will fit into and take the frame position with the keeper and hold it in position. But when you like to lock it, so it latch, that was how it functioned. But when you like to lock it, you just push it in, and it will not retract in, and it will keep it in position. And it will keep for more than 50 kilos from behind. It's a very strong latch. In the way that this is connected from the beginning, you take away the quality problem you have to align the latch house on the back side with the flange and knob from the outside. The other thing what you do here is that you minimize the assembly time. This is much quicker to assembly. Because it takes like 15% less time when you do it on your production line and assembly this. Okay, we can have it with a lot of different shapes, like round shapes. We can control, and I will show you here. You can have a lot of different shapes. You can have, if I just move out, let's say you can have it in a round shape, an oval shape, or a square shape. You can combine colors with the chrome colors, satin colors, old satin, whatever, how you like to combine it. You can even, if you like to be traditional and go on the brass, you can do that also. Okay, thank you very much.